An incredibly rare, deeply magnetic, energetic frequency is actively altering the physical atmosphere inside your room today. The spiritual realm has intentionally hijacked your algorithm to deliver a highly classified and deeply urgent message. As I carefully lay these exact cards down, a massive hidden timeline is finally being completely exposed. I need you to clear your mind entirely and focus strictly on the exact sound of my voice. Watch very closely as this specific sequence precisely decodes the breathtaking reality of your rapidly approaching future. You have spent the last few months patiently staring at the horizon and waiting in absolute silence. A massive project or bold investment you launched in the dark is finally ready for a lucrative harvest. The agonizing period of desperately waiting for a solid cosmic confirmation is officially and permanently over today. I clearly see heavily loaded ships carrying your long-awaited financial blessings finally docking in your personal port. You are rapidly expanding your brilliant vision far beyond your current physical and highly restrictive local borders. A highly delayed email regarding a major international or out-of-state opportunity is hitting your inbox very soon. The universe heavily acknowledges that your quiet, unwavering patience during the waiting phase was an incredibly difficult battle. You are actively shifting from a very small, local mindset into building a massive and powerful global empire. A formal, highly lucrative confirmation you have been eagerly anticipating is finally being dispatched toward your location. Your bold, calculated past risks are about to pay off in incredibly public and undeniable, spectacular ways. You will very soon see the actual physical proof that your massive behind-the-scenes efforts truly mattered deeply. The deep frustration of delayed gratification is completely melting away as the massive rewards finally arrive today. You are proudly stepping into a dynamic leadership role that requires massive, innovative, forward-thinking, and immense courage. Expect a sudden, brilliant surge of inspiration to confidently launch an ambitious new phase of your entire life. The solid groundwork you meticulously laid in absolute secret is now perfectly stable and fully ready for expansion. You are magnetically attracting powerful collaborators from entirely different global time zones to assist your grand vision. A significant financial delay is miraculously clearing up, allowing extremely quick and highly profitable forward cosmic movement. Your intuitive foresight regarding this specific situation is proving to be absolutely and flawlessly accurate right here today. You are officially outgrowing the small, highly restrictive environment that previously kept your brilliant potential completely chained down. Get ready to confidently and unapologetically claim the massive rewards of your brilliant, long-term strategic master plan. The powerful energy of ultimate success is actively drawing foreign investments and massive new, lucrative opportunities much closer. You are finally receiving the highly respected green light to push your grandest vision completely forward without hesitation. Your brilliant ships have successfully weathered the terrible storm and are bringing massive wealth safely home tonight. This sudden and massive expansion instantly forces you to face a deeply critical, entirely unavoidable, major life decision. You have been painfully torn between two equally compelling, completely opposing paths for a very long, exhausting time. A heavy cosmic blindfold is finally falling off, exposing the absolute, unfiltered truth of your complex, frustrating situation. You are absolutely no longer paralyzed by the terrifying, exhausting fear of making the wrong, incredibly difficult choice. The heavy emotional stalemate that kept you frozen in a state of deep anxiety is permanently breaking now. You will confidently choose pure, cold logic and sharp intuition over chaotic, unpredictable, and highly messy daily emotions. A highly complex dilemma is suddenly becoming crystal clear in your brilliant and deeply focused, incredibly analytical mind. You are gracefully dropping the heavy swords of constant inner mental conflict and exhausting daily psychological, spiritual warfare. Expect a sudden, brilliant flash of clarity, showing you exactly which difficult path guarantees your ultimate, wealthy success. You are actively refusing to ignore the bright red flags you previously tolerated just to keep the fragile peace. A highly difficult conversation you have been avoiding is going to happen effortlessly and completely naturally today forever. You are setting an unbreakable, solid steel boundary that instantly and permanently restores your precious, beautiful inner peace. The confusing, heavy fog of severe indecision is completely evaporating from your sharp and highly brilliant, focused intellect. You are bravely choosing the exact path that guarantees your absolute long-term security and massive, undeniable generational wealth. A tense compromise that previously felt absolutely impossible is suddenly working heavily in your absolute, ultimate financial favor. You are successfully balancing your brilliant analytical mind with the deep desires of your powerful, highly sensitive heart. The exhausting daily tug-of-war in a specific relationship or demanding career path is permanently ending right here today. You are actively reclaiming your magnificent divine power by making a firm, unapologetic, and completely final, sovereign choice. Expect to feel a massive, suffocating physical weight instantly lift off your completely exhausted and deeply tired shoulders. You are decisively and ruthlessly cutting off a toxic option that merely drained your highly precious magnetic energy. Your profound inner wisdom is loudly overriding any external, noisy, and highly irrelevant opinions from deeply jealous outsiders. You are completely trusting your own soul to navigate this massive, sudden cosmic crossroad with absolute, flawless grace. The exhausting era of constantly second-guessing your own brilliant intuition is officially and permanently dead and entirely buried. With that firm decision completely finalized, a massive and unstoppable forward momentum takes over your entire physical life. You are literally and metaphorically holding the entire, beautiful, and expansive world right in your highly capable hands. A thrilling, highly lucrative opportunity to relocate or travel internationally is opening up immediately for your ultimate benefit. You are stepping completely, fearlessly, and boldly out of your stagnant and highly restrictive, boring daily comfort zone. A highly profitable, brilliant partnership is offering you a brand new, incredibly exciting, and extremely wealthy professional environment. You are actively packing your bags, either physically or deeply metaphorically, for a massive and incredibly exciting adventure. Expect a sudden, brilliant urge to drastically change your daily surroundings and elevate your luxurious, aesthetic living standards. You are actively expanding your massive influence into a completely untouched, highly lucrative, and beautiful, profitable virgin territory. A powerful, highly visionary individual is formally inviting you to join a massive, life-changing, and completely global endeavor. You are confidently leaving behind the familiar past to bravely conquer the totally unknown and expansive, beautiful future. The terrifying fear of stepping into a much larger arena is completely replaced by fiery, intense, unstoppable ambition. You are meticulously planning a highly successful, completely flawless execution of your absolute grandest, massive, and incredible vision. A massive global or out-of-state opportunity is practically begging for your undivided, highly focused, and incredibly brilliant attention. You are actively aligning your mundane daily reality with your absolute highest and most expansive, beautiful spiritual calling. Expect to officially and proudly sign a binding document that triggers a massive, highly positive, and physical move. Your brilliant, innovative ideas are suddenly gaining massive, unprecedented global traction and absolute, unwavering, and massive public support. You are fiercely and proudly declaring your absolute independence and total, unbreakable, and profound personal, divine, sovereign freedom. The highly restrictive, suffocating walls of your current situation are rapidly and permanently falling down entirely and forever. You are passionately and bravely embracing a bold, highly adventurous, and completely unpredictable new chapter of your life. A sudden, massive realization hits you that you are entirely and absolutely ready for this powerful, incredible ascension. You are actively turning your absolute biggest, wildest, and most impossible dream into a highly solid, actionable plan. The universe is intentionally placing a brilliant, glowing green light right in front of your destined, highly golden path. You are bravely stepping through the mystical portal into a massively expanded, incredibly wealthy, and deeply beautiful timeline. This incredibly bold move immediately leads you directly to a spectacular, deeply joyous, and massive, physical, beautiful celebration. You are successfully and rapidly establishing a deeply secure, highly luxurious, and beautiful new foundation for your home. A massive, beautiful milestone like an extravagant wedding or a highly lucrative property purchase is arriving very soon. You are experiencing the absolute, pure, and unfiltered bliss of genuine domestic harmony and profound, unbreakable inner peace. A deep, overwhelmingly beautiful sense of perfect belonging is finally washing over your completely exhausted, deeply tired soul. You are throwing a massive, joyous, physical gathering to loudly celebrate your recent, undeniable, and completely total victory. The exhausting period of constant daily struggle is completely replaced by profound, unshakable, and highly wealthy, solid stability. You are actively building a magnificent, highly aesthetic fortress of peace that absolutely nobody can ever successfully breach. Expect a highly supportive, genuinely loving community to rally strongly and loudly around your beautiful, grand, magnificent vision. A specific, highly significant romantic relationship is reaching an unbreakable, deeply secure, and legally binding absolute commitment level. You are proudly and happily displaying the beautiful, incredibly abundant physical results of your relentless, massive, hard work. The exact physical space you inhabit is magically becoming a true, highly aesthetic, and deeply healing, beautiful sanctuary. You are actively preparing to celebrate a major, highly lucrative financial achievement very soon with deeply loved ones. A deep, highly painful generational wound regarding your family or home life is permanently and beautifully, completely healing. You are experiencing the incredible, tearful relief of finally feeling deeply, safely, and permanently rooted in your life. The joyful, vibrant energy of total, absolute, and undeniable success is completely filling your entire, glowing, magnetic aura. You are officially putting down your heavy, battered armor and genuinely relaxing entirely in a perfectly safe, warm space. Expect a highly anticipated formal invitation to a beautiful, highly exclusive, and deeply joyous celebratory event very soon. Your tired soul is completely and happily vibrating with pure, unfiltered, and absolute divine gratitude and deep peace today. You are successfully creating a brilliant, solid legacy that will completely outlast your entire physical, earthly, beautiful lifetime. The universe is loudly and proudly congratulating you for building this solid, beautiful, and absolutely perfect, secure structure. You are safely surrounded by fiercely loyal, incredibly genuine people who truly and deeply celebrate your massive wins. This is the beautiful, harmonious, and highly secure happy ending you have tirelessly fought for your entire life. Safely within this highly stable sanctuary, you are profoundly upgrading into a state of absolute, majestic, divine royalty. You are fully and unapologetically embodying the deeply magnetic, incredibly powerful, and highly creative divine feminine manifestation energy. A massive, overwhelming, and highly visible wave of pure, absolute abundance is literally flooding your entire beautiful life. You are effortlessly attracting massive wealth simply by existing in your incredibly high, flawless, and deeply magnetic vibration. A spectacular, undeniable physical and energetic glow-up is happening right now, making you breathtakingly and absolutely physically radiant. You are beautifully nurturing a highly successful, brilliant creative project into its absolute, most magnificent, and full bloom. The exhausting era of desperately chasing people or opportunities is completely and utterly over for you entirely forever. You are sitting proudly and confidently on your throne, effortlessly allowing massive blessings to casually approach your presence. Expect a highly luxurious, completely unexpected, and incredibly expensive gift to arrive directly at your front beautiful door. Your deep, sensual energy is becoming incredibly magnetic, highly captivating, and completely irresistible to high-value, deeply elite individuals. You are naturally and effortlessly commanding absolute respect and pure, unfiltered adoration in every single room you confidently enter. A beautiful period of intense, highly profitable fertility is heavily blessing your massive ideas and unique, brilliant business ventures. You are fiercely prioritizing your own deep comfort, extreme luxury, and absolute unbreakable peace above absolutely all else. The universe is generously spoiling you with magnificent, highly aesthetic, and incredibly wealthy physical experiences right here now. You are completely and deeply connected to the grounding, intensely healing, and restorative energy of beautiful green Mother Nature. A highly influential, incredibly powerful figure is utterly and completely mesmerized by your profound, majestic, and completely royal grace. You are actively creating breathtaking, brilliant, and highly valuable art that deeply moves the entire massive global collective. The heavy, toxic mindset of chronic lack and scarcity is permanently and violently erased from your entire subconscious psyche. You are fiercely, beautifully, and proudly protecting the massive golden empire you have so lovingly and meticulously nurtured entirely. Expect an overwhelming, massive surge of pure, divine inspiration and incredibly fiery, creative passion to suddenly hit your spirit. Your absolute, unquestionable worth is completely undeniable, and absolutely everyone in your immediate reality clearly and deeply respectfully sees it. You are reigning supremely and happily over a deeply beautiful, highly successful, and incredibly peaceful, golden, entirely prosperous kingdom. This is the absolute peak of your highly magnetic, incredibly powerful, and massively successful manifestation era of profound wealth. Suddenly, the tranquil Empress energy heavily accelerates into an incredibly rapid, fiery, and completely unstoppable, massive cosmic pace. You are about to receive a massive, overwhelming, and highly exciting barrage of incredibly positive news right today. A highly anticipated, desperately awaited message is suddenly dropping onto your phone screen at literal, blazing fast lightning speed. The universe is aggressively hitting the fast forward button on your absolute greatest and most ambitious, completely bold life desires. Expect multiple highly lucrative job offers or exciting proposals to arrive almost simultaneously by the end of this current week. You are moving rapidly forward with an unstoppable, incredibly kinetic, and massively powerful energetic momentum right here now. A highly frustrating, long-standing, and completely exhausting delay is abruptly and permanently shattered into tiny little pieces today forever. You are experiencing a sudden, massive influx of brilliant, rapid, and highly productive digital communication and incredibly successful networking. A passionate, incredibly fast-moving, and highly exciting romantic connection is rushing directly toward your magnetic aura right here now. You are successfully and gracefully dodging massive obstacles with breathtaking, absolute precision and profound, undeniable, and truly brilliant agility. The massive, undeniable energy of a sudden, brilliant, and completely unexpected breakthrough is physically taking over your entire reality. You are traveling, moving, or rapidly advancing your career at a highly accelerated, almost completely dizzying fast physical speed. Expect an immediate, highly positive, and incredibly enthusiastic response to a formal proposal you recently sent out completely confidently. Your brilliant, innovative ideas are quickly catching fire and going massively, globally viral across various prominent, massive online platforms. You are aggressively and brilliantly striking with absolute precision, while the cosmic iron is completely and totally intensely hot. The chaotic external energy is entirely highly productive, pushing you directly, rapidly, and forcefully upward toward ultimate, massive success. You are flawlessly managing a sudden, massive, and highly profitable surge in professional market demand for your unique skills. A brilliant flash of divine inspiration is strongly forcing you to act immediately and seize the massive golden opportunity. You are successfully riding a massive, unstoppable, and completely thrilling wave of pure, fiery, and highly productive, intense adrenaline. The universe is completely and ruthlessly clearing your entire path of absolutely any remaining friction or hidden, annoying roadblocks. You are actively witnessing your massive, impossible goals suddenly manifest in literal, absolute, and completely undeniable historic record time. Get ready to confidently and loudly answer the urgent, incredibly powerful, and massive cosmic call of your magnificent destiny. This is the brilliant, rapid, and highly exhilarating acceleration you have been passionately praying for over the exhausting years. Naturally, this massive, highly visible, and rapid success immediately triggers a sudden wave of chaotic, petty, completely bitter jealousy. You are briefly encountering a highly disorganized group of incredibly envious, intensely bitter, and completely desperate, entirely failing competitors. A minor, entirely insignificant, and highly annoying conflict is currently brewing in your external, day-to-day, chaotic, professional work environment. People around you are loudly clashing over tiny, completely irrelevant, and incredibly stupid details that simply do not matter today. You are actively and brilliantly realizing that this chaotic, highly toxic drama is absolutely not your problem to ever solve. A sudden surge of petty, disorganized rivalry is merely the physical proof of your massive, undeniable, and completely supreme worth. You are elegantly and proudly refusing to participate in this messy, low-vibrational, and incredibly silly battle of tiny, fragile egos. The universe is brilliantly testing your profound ability to maintain your absolute peace amidst highly annoying, very loud, noisy distractions. Expect someone to foolishly and desperately try to challenge your supreme, established, flawless, and completely undeniable authority very, very soon. You are calmly and silently watching them completely and utterly exhaust their own pathetic energy, trying to desperately reach you. This minor, highly annoying friction is actually sharpening your brilliant, strategic, and diplomatic skills to an absolute, entirely unmatched perfection. You are easily and gracefully rising far above the loud, deeply annoying, and completely irrelevant noise of petty, toxic gossip. A highly competitive, incredibly tense situation is actually providing you with highly valuable, completely free public relations and massive visibility. You are absolutely and completely untouched by the disorganized, frantic, and desperate energy of your secret, incredibly toxic, hidden haters. The petty people desperately trying to block you have absolutely zero unified, intelligent, or effective master strategy against you completely. You are brilliantly transforming their bitter, highly toxic envy into high-octane rocket fuel for your massive, rapidly growing, beautiful empire. A highly chaotic meeting or discussion will clearly prove exactly why your brilliant, calm leadership is absolutely and entirely necessary here. You are fiercely and successfully protecting your glowing, magnetic energy from these minor, highly noisy, and completely irrelevant daily distractions. The ridiculous, highly amusing, and chaotic circus around you is only temporary, rapidly fading turbulence that means absolutely nothing eventually. You are casually stepping aside and happily letting the highly dramatic, toxic conflict completely burn itself out without you entirely. Your massive, undeniable success remains completely and totally immune to their pathetic, tiny, rusty, and entirely harmless, incredibly weak arrows. You are smiling calmly and deeply, knowing with absolute certainty that you have already won the biggest, ultimate, massive cosmic war. This brief, highly insignificant annoyance is entirely fading into the distant background of your absolute, total, and glorious, massive, complete victory. Amidst all this external noise, a profound, deeply emotional, and highly spiritual healing is quietly taking place inside you. You are finally physically extracting the heavy, agonizing swords from a deeply painful and highly traumatic past emotional, dark heartbreak. A lingering, incredibly agonizing, and highly toxic sorrow is being completely washed away from your beautiful, tired, and deeply heavy soul. You are actively and bravely releasing the heavy, highly toxic trauma of a massive, devastating past betrayal today, completely, forever. The deep, heavy ache in your chest is miraculously and rapidly transforming into pure, solid, and incredibly valuable, entirely strong wisdom. You are absolutely no longer actively bleeding over a toxic connection that deeply and profoundly failed you in the dark past. A sudden, highly powerful realization brings you absolute, tearful, and profound cosmic closure regarding an incredibly painful, completely dark past memory. You are aggressively and completely cutting the highly toxic energetic cords to a highly painful, emotionally draining, and deeply abusive situation. The universe is physically and miraculously stitching your beautiful, deeply broken heart back together completely and flawlessly, right now, today, here. You are brilliantly turning your deepest, darkest, and most agonizing trauma into your absolute, most powerful, and truly indestructible, massive weapon. A highly painful truth you recently and shockingly discovered has actually set you completely and permanently free from all emotional bondage. You are briefly mourning the sudden loss of a beautiful illusion, but loudly celebrating the harsh, incredibly liberating, completely true reality. The heavy, dark storm clouds of profound, paralyzing grief are rapidly and permanently parting to reveal a bright, beautiful, golden sun. You are forgiving yourself entirely and completely for a highly difficult, extremely toxic situation that you bravely survived entirely and completely alone. A massive, incredibly heavy emotional burden is physically and undeniably lifting off your deeply tired and exhausted, very tight, tense shoulders. You are finally realizing that the highly painful rejection was actually massive, aggressive divine protection disguised as a heartbreaking, terrible loss. The sharp, stinging, and highly agonizing pain of the past holds absolutely zero power over your brilliant, entirely new, completely bright reality. You are beautifully and creatively transmuting your intense, deep suffering into exquisite, brilliant, and highly successful, magnetic, and completely inspiring art. A profound sense of absolute, unbreakable peace is rapidly replacing the crippling, heavy anxiety that used to haunt you daily and completely. You are bravely looking your absolute deepest, most terrifying trauma right in the eye and completely defeating it forever, starting today. The highly difficult, incredibly agonizing healing phase is officially, triumphantly, and permanently completed for you right here and absolutely right now. You are proudly emerging from the crushing, terrifying darkness with a deeply pure, highly resilient, and incredibly strong, totally brave heart. This profound, highly emotional detox is successfully making massive space for absolute, undeniably pure, and massive true love to entirely enter. Because you have survived the absolute worst imaginable pain, you are successfully making your incredibly powerful, final, massive, cosmic, and brave stand. You are heavily bandaged, but standing proudly and fiercely, guarding your massive, incredibly valuable, and beautiful empire from any toxic intruders. A profound, unbreakable, and highly intimidating resilience is powerfully radiating from your entire, exhausted but victorious, very strong, completely physical being. You are setting impenetrable, solid steel, and highly aggressive boundaries to forcefully protect your incredibly hard-earned, massive, and deeply rooted inner peace. The universe deeply admires your incredible, fierce, and completely unshakable tenacity in the absolute face of massive, total, and complete physical exhaustion. You are completely refusing to give up or surrender when the absolute, final, and glorious, completely golden victory is mere tiny inches away. A lingering, exhausting, and highly annoying challenge is demanding one last, massive, and highly focused push of your physical, completely remaining energy. You are holding your brilliant, heavily fortified ground against absolutely anyone who foolishly dares to cross your strict, very solid, completely clear lines. Expect to fiercely and successfully defend your brilliant, highly lucrative position in a critical, high-stakes, and deeply important, entirely life-changing cosmic moment. You are an absolute, undeniable, and highly decorated warrior who has gracefully survived 1,000 brutal, incredibly devastating, and entirely dark, heavy battles. The deep, heavy fatigue you currently feel is simply the heavy, completely expected physical price of achieving profound, world-changing, and completely legendary greatness. You are brilliantly using your painful past experiences as a massive, highly protective, and completely impenetrable energetic defense. Totally unbreakable, massive glowing shield. A specific, highly critical situation requires your absolute, unwavering vigilance and fierce, uncompromising, incredibly sharp, and highly strategic, laser-like, completely intense mental focus. You are actively and loudly telling the universe that you are entirely, completely, and undeniably ready for the ultimate, grand, and absolute win. The massive, intimidating, and highly stressful obstacles in your path are violently and permanently crumbling before your very own, brilliant, glowing, open eyes. You are absolutely no longer a fragile, helpless victim. You are a highly dangerous, completely unstoppable, and brilliant, truly legendary and powerful survivor. A sudden, highly powerful reserve of pure, fiery strength is violently and beautifully waking up within your tired, heavily exhausted, completely beautiful soul. You are stubbornly and successfully refusing to let absolutely anyone steal your magnificent, highly glowing, and heavily jeweled, deeply hard-earned, completely golden crown. The incredibly difficult, grueling, and deeply exhausting marathon is officially and triumphantly reaching its spectacular, highly celebrated, and completely golden ultimate finish line. You are proudly and happily displaying your deep battle scars as highly honored, incredibly beautiful medals of true, pure, and completely undeniable courage. A profound, unbreakable, and absolute determination ensures your massive, ultimate, and completely undeniable worldly success and high financial, entirely elite, untouchable status entirely. You are brilliantly and ruthlessly defending your beautiful kingdom with absolute, flawless, and highly intimidating, razor-sharp cosmic precision and ultimate, entirely flawless grace. The final, glorious, and completely undeniable victory is entirely yours. You have officially, completely, and triumphantly won the massive war for absolute good. Type, I am claiming my ultimate victory to permanently lock in this massively protected and incredibly abundant, completely powerful, spiritual, and golden timeline. Follow and subscribe right now so you never lose this invincible, highly magnetic, and completely life-changing, beautiful cosmic frequency and totally magical energy.